Hey everybody, welcome back to another 1986 Porsche 944 video. Well, this week you catch me replacing taillight seals. Got one out already. Time to remove all the sealant, the old sealant. Let's get on with it. Stay tuned. Got this taillight out, and you can see it's pretty dirty, so I'm going to definitely take the opportunity to clean it. But it is held in by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe they were 7mm nuts. And this thing was in there pretty good, not gonna lie. The old butyl tape or butyl seal that was on there, still pretty pliable. Definitely a pain in the ass to get off, but I got it off of this. I'm gonna clean this and let it dry. I picked up the new seals from, let's see right there, only944.com. Those of you with a 944 are probably aware of their parts. And the reason I did that, one time I had the car was running and the windows were up, was all closed up and the air conditioning was on, and I walked by the back of it and I could feel air leaking out of one of these, either this one or that one, I don't remember, but I figured it was a good time to replace those seals. So that's what I'm doing. This stuff is super pliable. I don't know how old this stuff is, but it's on there pretty good. So I'm gonna get all this cleaned up and clean up the mating surface and install the new light. So that should be pretty simple. You can see this stuff, I mean, it comes off. It's not the nicest stuff in the world, but at least it's coming off fairly together and in big chunks. So I'll work at this, 2 hands, and then prepare it to install the new one. So far I've got probably 30 minutes invested in removing this and cleaning up the old surfaces so far. Okay, I've got this tail light about as clean as I can get it. It looks dirty, but it's not. There's, I don't know, some kind of overspray on it. I think it's like this black texture that you're seeing. Anyway, the mating surface for the actual new seal is clean and dry. I cleaned it with some Windex and paper towel, and so this shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty much gonna start right here, wrap it around inside this track, run it up around over the top, and then end it there. And that looks like a good place to put a seam, so that's what I'll do. All right, I've got the seal on here and it's sticking pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this back on the car. So this has 3M adhesive on it, which is definitely pretty good, brand of adhesive. So I don't anticipate these will be a problem. Even if they were to come unglued, I mean, they're gonna be sandwiched between the body and the tail light anyway. So let's pop this back in place. And just to show this, I've got the mating surface all cleaned up, and there was a little area right about there where the tail light was kind of rubbing into the paint. So I did a touch up on those areas. Sorry about that flashlight. Anyway, this is ready to go back on, so I'll put it on, bolt it in place, and then I'll probably do the other one tomorrow because it's about 7:30, overcast right now, don't have a lot of light left, so the other one can wait till tomorrow. Got the passenger side installed. I was worried at first that maybe this wouldn't seat like the factory one did, or the old one, I should say. Let me move this light. But it ended up being pretty much perfect. So it's in there nice and tight. I can't imagine there's going to be any more water or air leaking. So yeah, I might try to start on this one, but I'll definitely end up finishing it tomorrow. I still need to put the wiring and everything back together, so I'll go ahead and do that now, I guess. And I figured as long as I've got this, the rear carpet out, there's a couple little paint chips and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and touch it up with this Factory Guards red paint. Might as well do that, just a couple little here and there. But I did remove all of this one time and clean it. Took out the spare tire, cleaned it, got the air compressor, the tools, the jack, and everything else. So I even cleaned inside these little compartments down here. But I might as well do this before I start on the driver's side. Even though the lighting's not great, I decided to keep working on this. So I've got this pulled away, and I can see the sealant looks like it had adhered around here, but on this side, it doesn't look like it was making any contact at all. So obviously that's why it was leaking, but go ahead and pull this out the rest of the way. You can see kind of what a mess this is. Yeah. It's like that. Most of it's stuck to this. So, like the other side, I'll go ahead and get this cleaned up. And I realize it's not super, not a lot of light, but unfortunately this is kind of the way the garage is set up. This is facing out the door. Right, Donovan? Right, Donovan? Hey, right? Right. So I'll get that cleaned up. All right, welcome back. Well, it's the next morning. I've got the car all finished, had a chance to clean it up, pull it out in the sun, and I really love this car. I loved it when I was little, and I love it just as much now. The taillights are done, and I had a chance to wash it, and I sprayed around, didn't get any water inside, so that's definitely a good thing. That black sealant, butyl, urethane, whatever it was really a huge mess. I had to scrub my hands forever to get it off, and acetone didn't work. I had to just basically scrub it off with a brush, but I got it off. So if you have any questions about the install, I mean, honestly, it's pretty straightforward. You're just gonna have to get your hands dirty, remove the lenses, clean them, and install the new seals. If you have any questions, put them down below in the comments and I'll get back to you. There is really no such thing as a perfect how-to video, because what might be clear to someone may be very unclear to someone else. So I'm always happy to answer questions. Also, if you are in the San Diego area and you don't know of anybody that is willing to tint this rear glass, please let me know. I can't find anybody that's willing to touch it because of the double convex shape, as they say. Old school guys won't do it. Newer school guys, they won't do it. So I've got the 2 quarter windows tinted. They were always tinted, but this is not tinted, and I would like to definitely get that done. I just think it looks a little bit naked. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. And let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see done with this car. I do have a couple other projects, but they're not that exciting, so I doubt that I'll show them. But anyway, one more project done. So as always, we'll catch you on the flip side.